Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to this match in the Super Metroid Multiworld tournament between Lost Vikings and BearPear. My name's MMTNS Cartridge, and I'm going to be commentating this match in the winner's first round, along with Mr. Gooey. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to be here commenting this with you. It's going to be a fantastic race.
Couldn't agree more with you there. Now, on the left, we do have Kip and Rumblemans on Team Lost Vikings, and on the right, we have Team BearPear featuring Ojder and Polar Bear Bunny. And yeah, they're going to be racing some full item placement action on the Super Metroid Multi-World tournament. So yeah, you're currently waiting for the restream. They have been set off, but yeah, about to get started in this fantastic race, and we are off. So the first thing I need to know. I know Kip uses Moonfall. I know Ojder and PB both do not. PB also not even going to use Angle Down. But does Rumble use Moonfall?
I don't recall seeing Rumble use Moonfall. I don't know if he's picked it up. I'm not familiar with Rumbleman's speedrunning record, but I will say I'm curious to see where the first progression item is going to be it bomb, speed, what have you.
Yeah. Obviously, you've got your morph at wherever it is, morph ball or ceiling, and then yeah, you do need some form of way to get to Brinstar, be that bombs, speed booster, screw attack, or power bombs. And yeah, any of those four could be early or late. What's often interesting and sometimes even annoying in races is if you have late explosives, so that somebody is just stuck there and doesn't have like a way to get to Green Brinstar, which can often be like a sort of BK mode, which can be really annoying, and it can make you feel like you're wasting time. But player one does get their power bombs at Alpha Missile, so that's going to be bad. And we have player two morph in the ceiling, player one morph being at their morph pedestal. And also, because this is full, we are going to have Ojder is going to go to Billy Mays. Kip did not do Alpha Missile first, so Kip's electing to skip Billy Mays. So what's here could be a major deciding point. It is just power bombs and super missiles for player two, who already has plenty of those. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
It's a funny thing with these races. Oftentimes it seems like one player gets everything and the other player is stuck waiting.
Yeah, for sure. You saw last night in the Cat Jammers versus Taco Tank Dodgers race where player one got like a bunch of stuff early, gravity suit, a bunch of movement items. It was crazy. And then player two was just stuck there with morph and I think ice speed pretty early, and then nothing much else. Yeah, we see Ojder also electing to go the back door to Brinstar through the left of Blue Bryn. Some call it the meme route, but yeah, this is a pretty nice route. Does kind of make the old Mother Brain check pretty annoying, but we saw that was nothing on Kip's side, so we know Ojder isn't skipping too much there. He does have two power bomb packs, so this Brinstar won't be too terrible to route. And now, yeah, Kip going on his way out of BT. He does have those power bombs, so he's going to be going presumably into Green Brinstar now, since he doesn't have 10 power bombs to do Gauntlet. Oster finding Plasma Beam for PvP at his Sports Spawn supers. So that's a really nice item to have early. Yes, this is full split, so everything can be anywhere and nothing matters, except it's not quite like no logic makes the past. And now PvP also getting Space Jump from Oster there. Bit of a spoiler there on the on Oster's Mission Impossible missiles. Then PvP giving Oster his X-ray scope, which won't be much use because he doesn't have Plasma Plus charge yet, but still a very nice item to have. And Oster on 1 power bomb, so very tightly routed power bombs here. Is going to be on 0 going into green Brinstar, but is going to be... Oh, there's a power bomb drop, so he's going to want to pick that up so he can skip the Fire Flea farm. But now we've got the first player 2 early supers as Kip finishes up player 1's early supers. Didn't see much of note there. But Rumble, heading into the back, finds a missile, finds an E-Tank, and the third item is going to be a Wave Beam for player 2, which PvP is going to find just about now. Yeah, that was definitely a very convenient power-on drop for Oster there. I've had a fair few of those. Yeah, now Oster does have 3 power bomb packs, so he is in Crystal Flash range. Isn't probably gonna want to do any of those at the moment. Mostly because he doesn't have 10 supers, but yeah, CFs are slow at this point in the game. Now synced, almost synced player 1 Edekun's exit here. All four runners in Edekun's at the same time. But yeah, now Oster is going to do player 1 early supers and then likely head direct ship, as that's where meme route tends to take you. Since you're going up through the exit of Brinstar, you're going to logically want to do the criteria checks and then head over to wreck ship. But we could, of course, also see a down red tower play, or maybe a front of wreck ship and then bailing on that. But now player 2 space jump found for Lost Vikings, and yeah, now Kip also not getting the Mission Impossible. I didn't see whether he even attempted it, but yeah, neither player 1 did actually get the Mission Impossible. It is quite a difficult trick. And speed booster that's player 1's speed booster there at player 2's Mission Impossible missiles. So Kip's going to be able to do Waterway. Oster will not, at least not without spending a fair few minutes backtracking. Though we could also see, on the other hand, Oster going back for Old Mother Brain and routing that in with Climb Supers, as he just now gets his speed booster.
This is a good check to go ahead and get out of the way, especially with speed booster being where it is. This is not a fun check to have to go back to later.
Yeah, for sure. But it was just a missile, so Oster not going to be punished for routing out it. And player 2 charge beam there at player 2's Mission Impossible missiles. So big worry in SM Rando is that you won't have enough ammo, or are going to have to search a bunch for it after finding your go mode items. But player 2 now has Charge Wave, and in Polar Bear Bunny's case, Charge Wave Plasma, which is about to be true for Rumble. Once Kip checked the Spore Spawn, yeah, they're going to have plenty of beam firepower to take down pretty much everything in the game. Yeah, we do see Oshler going down here. He is likely going to check Old Mother Brain missiles first, and then going to do Climb Supers. Is only on 292 health, though, which is, assuming he doesn't mess it up, it's going to be fine. But if Oshler messes up the Climb Super Spark, takes a bunch of acid damage, then things could go south pretty quickly. Does get a really nice timed E-Tank, though, from PBB at her Spore Spawn, so he'll probably be fine.
You don't really think of health management as a concern outside of heck runs, but yeah, you got to be careful. This game can go south on you pretty quick.
Yeah, and Ice Beam for player 1 there at player 1 at Climb Supers, so High Jump Ice now available for player 1, so Suitless Meridia is partially in Logic. Not past Mount Everest, though, so only the first, I guess, 3 items, since you don't count Main Street, because you do need a Spark to get that, and it's not going to be in Logic to do that without Gravity. Though it is most certainly possible if you bring a Spike Suit in from wherever you want. But Kip is going to be making the play up Red Tower here. Going to get the 3 check to the top of Red Tower, and then probably head up to Wreck Ship. Rumble finding Gravity and his own Speed Booster here. I didn't see where he got his Gravity, but he did get that Speed Booster at back of Alpha Missiles. And yeah, that's a pretty nice find there for player 2. So
Gravity was at early PBs.
Yeah, that's a really nice Red Tower. PB is about to get there too, so neither one's going to be missing out on that for long.
That opens up a lot for Rumble.
Yeah, for sure. Wreck Ship is in Logic with nothing outside of like the obvious morph and minor items, but CWJ is in Logic, so you don't need Gravity to get in there, but Gravity makes it a lot nicer and also makes a lot of the enemies deal a lot less damage, so it makes it a lot more viable. But obviously Gravity also does open up Meridia, and then with speed and space, Meridia becomes a lot better to just do, just a lot faster. But so does Wreck Ship. So what do you even do? Well, I guess let's see what the runners choose.
I don't know. To me, Wreck Ship seems overall faster than going through all of Meridia doing checks. So it might be better to knock that out first. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they go.
For sure. You can also have the mindset that since it's multi-world and you need 4 suits instead of 2, that it's more likely that you're going to end up full clearing. So you might as well get Wreck Ship done with. And also there's like checks like Shack Tool and Plasma, where you need things like Grapple or Plasma, which we have, / Screw Attack, to do, as opposed to Wreck Ship being all full clearable with the exception of the reserve item, which you can peek with just really nothing. Player 2 charge was at player 2 Mission Impossible. I don't know if Rumble did that. I haven't seen him charge his beam, but could just be he's not doing it, which is of course perfectly fine. PB did make the call to go back down Red Tower, so we'll see if she takes this into Meridia, or if she does Kraid first, or what she does. Kip with a really nice Spark there to peek the maze item. I haven't seen that Spark setup for peeking that item. I generally do a setup on the left wall, but that's a really nice setup. Seems a lot more consistent than what I usually do. And also, player 1 bombs at player 1 Spooky. Both Ojder and Kip now have that, so they're going to be. I would say they're able to. They have their can fly, but they've already got high jump and speed, which does the vast majority of what you need. Yeah, 3 Fantoon fights. How about that?
Always good to see.
Yeah, it does look like Rumble did end up skipping Mission Impossible inside. Don't know what the reasoning behind that was. Probably something related to powerbomb count. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, that's kind of a costly skip, especially if Rumble doesn't find the ammo. But he does have 40 supers at the moment, so he's on track to be fine.
All right, Rumble and Azure both have Fantoon down. Be able to see what the rest of Wreck Ship has for each of the player sides.
Indeed. Yeah, we're going to want to pay attention, especially to Rumble's side, because PB isn't going to be able to get back up here for a while, because she's going to have... she does have Meridia to do, she has Kraid to do, she has Upper Norfair to do as well if she chooses. And all of those options are going to be better in her eyes than Wreck Ship. Ojder finding player 1 Gravity Suit at player 1 left side supers. Kip going to be finding that in short order. And PBB finds Various Suit for Ojder. So BearPear is at 3 of 4 suits found. And a grapple for player 2 there at player 2 high jump boots missiles. So yeah, BearPear is at 3 of 4 suits found, so they're going to be looking for PBB's Varia before they're truly in go mode. Though I know PBB is definitely capable of a Varialess LN if she has the stuff and chooses to do so. Yeah, I know PBB. Go ahead.
That was a good call on PBB to go down instead of heading over to Wreck Ship. That Varia is going to pay off for Azure.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially if Ojder chooses to bail on Wreck Ship after this check that he just made at Wreck Ship E-Tank and go down to go down to Norfair and do the Varia stuff there, or maybe go down and do Kraid and then Meridia or something. But speaking of Kraid, PBB making her way through the Kraid area now. Did elect to skip that super missile there. I'm not sure if that's a powerbomb count choice or if that's just I've got beams and Ojder's got 45-40, so we're probably just going to skip those slightly slower miners.
I didn't see when Rumble decided to leave Wreck Ship, but I don't think he full cleared it. Maybe he did?
Yeah, I don't think Rumble did too much. Yeah, powerbombs aren't too much of an issue, but she is still on 5 powerbombs, so they're definitely something that has to be considered.
This is an interesting call by Kip and Rumble. This is going to lead.
Oh yeah, they're both leaving. They both bailed on Wreck Ship. Yeah, this is definitely like a gamble that is definitely a sound gamble. I see a lot in full random people tend to skip top of Wreck Ship. Ojder is electing to full clear the area. So, again, more divergence here. Started out with 3 Fantoon fights, now we only have 1 person staying in Wreck Ship. And some item for PvP there at Wreck Ship Reserve. That's what that glitch sprite means. I'm pretty sure. It's a minor item. Thank you, Tracy.
Rumble heads over to Kraid. It's interesting because Rumble could do suitless pretty comfortably with his E-Tank situation. Kip, on the other hand,
yeah,
or
Rumble,
E-Tanks is a little tight.
Yeah, Rumble does have the tanks to do Variolous Ellen, but he doesn't quite have the power bombs. It doesn't even have Crystal Flash at the moment, so Rumble definitely not going to be wanting to do Variolous Lower Norfair. Could totally do Variolous Upper Norfair, though. That's definitely a thing that could happen. Yeah, depending on player 2 Varia location, this could definitely be interesting. And Azure also skipping that super there. And Kip could be heading into Kraid as Rumble heads out of Kraid.
Power bombs.
Yeah, Rumble will get a bunch of power bombs here in the Kraid E-Tank room, so if we if Rumble finds another power bomb pack, he will be able to Crystal Flash, but I would not be surprised to see him go into Meridia here first, or maybe do high jump like PvP did, and then yeah, Rumble's going to go and do at least the high jump area, probably peek Croc Escape too, and potentially do ice high jump before committing to a full clear of Meridia. But yeah, Azure did leave top erect ship and did not find anything of value there, so Kip's gamble did pay off, didn't skip anything of value, so saved a bunch of time over Azure there. And there's the player 1 Varia find on Lost Vikings side.
At this point, just keep going for ammo instead of looking for 3 other beams.
At this point, I would. Well, there's not really too much of a difference between ammo and charge in full rando because they're all in the same locations, and you're also still looking for player 2 Varia because, well, you would definitely rather have a Varia than not have a Varia, and player 1 definitely cannot beat the game on this current ammo.
No, not at all.
Yeah. PvP does find Wave Beam for player 1 there at Aqueduct, so player 1 on BearPear side does have all the beams except for the one that some could say that matters the most.
When it comes to fighting bosses, it matters the most.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Kip, yeah, Kip is doing ice here. Ice crumble first. Well, ice at least. Maybe crumble as well. This to me does indicate that he's not going to be doing Croc before Bubble Mountain, though, because if you're going to do Croc first, then you're going to do high jump before ice and then take Croc speedrun to Croc. So looking like Kip's just going to do a Bubble Mountain full clear and then lower Norfair.
PvP getting trolled a little bit by Botswoon.
Heckin' Botswoon. Yeah, Botswoon is often not nice. You can also... Ooh, Kip elects to skip that X-Ray. With Rumble not having charged Plasma, I could that X-Ray skip definitely seems viable. And we know it's unlikely that Rumble will find his charge. So we don't know. Well, no, we do know that it's unlikely that that X-Ray would have found much use in Rumble's hands. And Kip sees a spring ball there and makes the correct decision, hopefully, to not go and get it. So preemptive, good job, Kip.
Yeah, he has gravity. There's no need for spring ball.
Yeah, he has gravity, high jump, and speed, so there is absolutely no need for spring ball. Yeah, PvP fighting Dragon here is going to be using charge shots here, so yeah, those are a lot more consistent damage, especially if you're not as experienced in the spark fight of Dragon. I hesitate to call it the any percent fight because it's also the 100% fight and also a bunch of other categories that you get in there with the same loadout you do in any percent or 100% fight. Namely, at least the ones that come to my mind are map completion and true completion. And to answer your question, chat, yes, this is a full rando seed at the moment. Well, at the moment. This is a full rando seed.
Just missiles behind Dre.
So PvP, I don't think she did the sand pits yet. Kip finds his own space jump there at Speed Booster. But PvP is looking like she's gonna do sand pits, might do Shack Tool since she's got Gravity Space Grapple. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Azure also doing Meridia here. So Azure doing Meridia compared to Kip's Norfair. And then PvP and Rumble also both doing Meridia. But they've both got one suit, so.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm wondering who's going to find player 2 Varia first with this divergent routing.
Yeah, at the moment that seems to be the most diverging thing. At least what has the most potential to determine the race at the moment. Kip finding Rumble's screw attack. So that's pretty nice to have. Not as useful in Meridia as it will be in as it would have been in Lower Norfair for Kip, but Rumble does still have to do Lower Norfair at some point, so definitely going to be useful. Also worth noting that Rumble not having Varia would find a lot of use in that screw attack if he did end up doing a Varia-less Lower Norfair dive. Also, Azure finding high jump boots for PvP, so that's another access item to Shack Tool if PvP decides to do that.
Wonderful seeing you grapple kills on Dragon.
Yeah, grapple kill is definitely a viable way to kill Dragon, assuming you don't have Microwave. Well, it's still viable, but Microwave's just better and more consistent. But, but yeah, grapple is, if you're not as confident in the speed kill and don't have a good beam like Charge Wave Plasma like PvP did, then grapple is definitely a really good way to kill Dragon. And Azure doing the turnaround cancel into those power bombs before resetting, definitely a good play to get those power bombs in case they're for your partner, because your partner doesn't have Varia, so those power bombs could be really useful. So yeah, I like it. And PvP is going to bail on Meridia, not doing Shack Tool or Plasma, looking like it's hell runs for PvP. So now we've got Azure heading to Botsmoon, Kip fighting Golden Teresa. Well, not fighting, because he chose to reset out of that fight, but yeah, nothing there he really wanted to keep. And Rumble just taking his victory over Dragon. So yeah, Rumble is also going to have that choice of whether or not to do Plasma Shack Tool, which, of course, both could have Player 2 Varia, and that would be a massive find if it's there.
Yeah, with the kit out that PBB has, though, with the time investment for Shack Tool, like, does it really make that much of a time difference if Player 2 Vari is there?
Yeah. We also have the decision by Kip to GG into the back of Golden Teresa, which is 20 seconds faster. But of course, if Player 2 Varia, for example, was at GT Missile, he would have to either reset out and go through the cutscene, or kill GT and go through the cutscene. But resetting out would very likely be faster. Yeah, definitely a decision to be made. And yeah, in this case, he did make the correct one. Yeah, Player 2 Upper Rec Ship is an outlier. It's something that's standing out there. It hasn't been checked by either Player 2s and likely won't for a long time. So if Player 2 Vari is sitting there, then it could be a race between who does it first or who commits to Varialist LN and does it successfully first.
Yeah.
And yeah, who knows how it goes. Azure is going to do the grapple kill on Dragon. And Rumble is also not doing Player 2 Plasma Shack. And there is Player 1's Screw Attack. So yeah, PvP did make the call to do Croc first, versus Kip when he was in his Upper Warfare. Kip did Double Mountain before heading to Lower Warfare, but those are two different games, so you can't really compare them. So now I have Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, now, once PvP is done with Upper Norfolk, she's going to have a really interesting call to make, especially since Azure is going to find her Screw Attack before then, assuming he doesn't skip Aqueduct for whatever horrendous reason. Yeah, she's going to have to make the call of whether to dive Lower Norfolk right then, without a Varia, assuming Varia doesn't turn up in Bubble Mountain, or what am I saying? Or to leave Upper Norfair and go to Wrecked Ship or somewhere else, hoping to find a Varia there, or find more stuff to do Varialist LN with. Where even was Player 2 Screw Attack? I had assumed it was at Player 1 Aqueduct. Well, no, it couldn't have been in Player 1 Aqueduct, because Kip hasn't been to Meridia yet. What am I saying? Oh, Player 1 Norfair Reserve, that's right. I got there was a bunch of stuff at Aqueduct, and I got this mixed up. Yeah, Azure is going to be doing Shack Tool. So first Shack Tool of the day. Maybe more. Maybe not. Who knows?
I think at this point, if Rumble was in Meridian and didn't check Shack Tool, I don't see him going back for it.
Yeah, Shack Tool is one of those things that you just never, ever want to go back for. There are a lot of things like that, like Plasma, Top of Wreck Ship, Climb Super's Waterway. Mission Impossible that Rumble skipped, those are all things you just do not want to ever go back for, just because they're so slow and there are just not enough items to justify. But Azure killing Shack Tool, and we will see what he has. It is just a missile pack, so not the various suit that he was hoping to find. Interesting call here by PvP to farm up to health for speed instead of Crystal Flashing. No, she's gonna run it in Crystal Flash. Ooh, and there's a really well-timed E-Tank there for PvP. So yeah, she's not going to have to farm at all, or a very small amount. So yeah, not farming there was definitely the correct call. In Player 2 Varia, not in Player 1 Lower Warfare either. So we've got very few spots that Player 2 Varia could be at that are left. Pretty sure the ones that are left are Player 2 Upper Wrecked Ship, right here on Player 2's side, but nope. And then, yeah, Player 1 Croc.
Player 1 Croc and Player 2 Shack Tool.
Yeah, Player 2 Shack Plasma are both outstanding. Yeah, Player 1 X-Ray is also a thing. But also Player 1 Plasma. So yeah, at the moment it is the where's Player 1 variant, Player 2 variant, excuse me.
I would not be surprised if we don't see it. This far into the run, anyway.
Yeah, PvP looking like she's going to farm up possibly for an LN dive. Yeah, looking like PvP is going to just dive LN and hope for the best. Azure will get her her screw attack soon enough, assuming he does Upper Warfare before Lower Warfare. Which looks like he will. Yeah, on the ammo side of things, Kip's well stocked, Rumble's also well stocked. Azure is also good, and PvP has charge.
Yeah.
And would be
even
good.
without Varia, they have Crystal Flashes available. So
Yeah.
they're...
Yeah, PvP does have 25 power arms, so that's pretty good. And she is taking the save, so we are going to see the Varioless LN dive from PvP. And I'm pretty sure PvP is very happy to see that screw. And yes, LN hell runs will not be logically required in this mode. I have not seen Rumble do Croc yet, so...
No, that's still an wire for him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hell runs in Lower Norfolk are always entertaining to me.
Yeah, we're going to get to see two players do them at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, PvP on 80 tanks, Rumble on 9. I don't know how many reserves they have, but both have at least one, which is really nice for having something to fill your health with after Ridley grabs you, at the least. And Rumble making the bold call not to take GT refill, so he's going to be a bit ahead of PBB now. But they're actually... Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Lost Vikings are a little ahead. Rumble's a whole boss ahead of PBB at the moment. The only thing that I could think that would change is Azure having ice going into Turian.
Yeah, this is true. Kip does have the faster boss to do before G4, and then also, yeah, PvP does have that extra Fantine. I was just talking visually on the same screen, but you are right. I would definitely agree. Lost Vikings are ahead at this point. Just depends on how player 2 LN Hellruns go, if player 1's finds their. Whereas, that's a big E tank there for Rumble.
Especially taking that hit from the pirate. Yeah,
and PvP is not going to check it. So, looking like... Ooh! Variasuit at player 1 Cathedral. Oh, boy.
Oh, goodness.
So, I totally forgot that Cathedral existed, I will not lie. So, PvP is just, like, she's not on the greatest of healths, but she does have Crystal Flash ammo, so... Now this is just how fast can Rumble do Variolous LM? And will it be fast enough?
Yeah, screw attack, so he doesn't have to worry about key hunters.
Kip doing? I don't know what Kip's doing.
You think he's going to Plasma or Shack?
He has been sitting in... Mainstream Missile? He's waiting to get that E-Tank. But it was his. So, that was way smarter than I was thinking.
Yeah, I thought he was going back for a check, and then I saw what you were talking about, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was really smart on Kip's part to wait. Number one, to remember that E-Tank was there. And then number 2, to wait until Rumble needed an E-Tank. But oh my god, that's so unfortunate that both of those E-Tanks were his. That was a really, really smart move by Kip and Rumble to coordinate those E-Tank grabs. Yeah, PBB does have Ridley down and is going to be exiting Level Warfare here. Yeah, this race is definitely not over yet. Assuming Rumble does a good Variolous Level Warfare, then this could be a really close race, I think.
Oh yeah. That Varia showed up at the exact right time for BearPear.
Yeah. Yeah, Osher's ahead of Bunny by a bit, and he could find things like PvP's Ice, most notably. Or his Charge, also. So, yeah, so that's definitely fine for Osher to be checking things.
See how this fight with Rumblements goes against Ridley.
Yeah, Rumble did get it. That was a pretty solid fight. He does have like 559 after, in the grab, and then 4 E-Tanks after the grab, and also does have a Crystal Flash. Gets a bunch of PvP drops there, so that's really nice. Oh my god, Kip, don't you... Oh my god. What the heck, Kip? Well, I'm unfortunately going to have to declare BearPear the winner of this race, as neither of them picked up any spring balls. So, thank you all for watching. Yeah, back to the race. Kip unfortunately did pick up that spring ball, but yeah, Rumble still going strong through this suit with Slower Warfare. Does only have 1 Crystal Flash at his disposal, but does have... Ooh, that's really good. 3 tanks there, so he's going to be able to... Yeah, He's probably going to be able to get through to, I'd say, Kiara stairs up, and then he can Crystal Flash there. And then he'll probably be good for the rest of Lower Warfare. What's wrong with Spring Ball? Everything.
Everything. I hold no opinion of Spring Ball, but MM2 here seems to have a very strong opinion of Spring Ball, so I just go along with it. It makes it easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm known for it. Yeah, Kip does take care of Dragon quite solidly, and Rumble does get that Crystal Flash in... Well, it's the Crystal Flash earlier in Wasteland. Oh, this Powerbomb count could be nasty. I don't think Rumble can make it out. Yeah, Rumble's gonna have to take a reset, or no, he's just straight up gonna have to reset. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Rumble. Yeah, Rumble's not able to pass through these blocks without 2 power bombs, or if he knew the X-ray trick, but he doesn't have X-ray anyway, so that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really unfortunate there for Rumble.
That's a huge blow to the Lost Vikings this far into the race.
Yeah, it's like almost 10 minutes of time loss. So yeah, Kip's definitely hoping to find some bombs or power bombs here for Rumble to save him. I think, yeah, these power bombs here in left sandpit are for Rumble, so Rumble's going to be able to continue. So yeah, there's the answer. Rumble does get power bombs, so this race is definitely not over yet.
I was going to say, because player 2 or Rumble never got player 2 bombs. Like, that was just passed over. I forget where PBB got hers.
Yeah, more fall bombs. I don't remember where those were. Yeah, PBB already into Fantoon. Well, not into Fantoon yet, but going down Rex ship. Yeah, gonna be fighting Fantoon here. Kip probably gonna hit G4 a bit before PBB will, but Rumble's gonna be hard pressed to get the G4 before PBB.
Yeah, he definitely have the longer way to go.
Yeah, I don't know what Ojder's doing, checking all this stuff. I really don't know what. Okay, he's gonna pick that up. Like, that X-rays. That's just one of those things you gotta pick up, because that gives PvP microwave. Oh, that's rough. PvP not able to get the microwave first round, so we're gonna have to do a second round. Yeah, the more time PvP spends in this Fantoon fight, the more time Rumble has to get the G4.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ojder's done enough checks that PvP is ahead here.
Yeah, Team BearPear definitely has the faster Turian.
Yeah, BearPear's the only one with ice, but yeah, now looking at it, PvP is definitely closer to G4 than Ojder is, and then Kip closer than Rumble. So this is really just Rumble versus Ojder, and they're like, and Ojder is just a bit behind, but Ojder also has that ice advantage over Rumble. Rumble going up Main Street. No, you don't go up Main Street here. You go up Fish Tank here.
PvP even doing well now.
PvP does skip the ship refill. This is... I don't know, if you're ahead of your partner here, you might want to take that refill, but... it's fine. It's fine. The only thing you would want would be E-tanks, just for powerbomb Metroid rooms if you're not too comfy with that, but... Yeah. Guess Osdru... Yeah, Osdru does need a refill because he needs ammo, so does everybody else.
Yeah. I think PBB will just go for the energy refill, if nothing else, after Baby.
Yeah, after Baby, you definitely take the energy refill if you're PvP. Yeah, Kip totally could have been the first historian, but he was doing a lot of stuff, looking for stuff for Rumble, which is definitely the right play. You gotta help your partner out who's behind you. Ooh, charge for Kip there at front of Gauntlet. So Osher not gonna find that, but charge not really gonna help Kip too much. It's gonna save him like 10-ish seconds on stand-up since he doesn't have full beam. But... yeah, still definitely a marked difference. Yeah, well, PvP was behind until Osher did, like, everything under the sun.
Yeah, this is an interesting way to hold a race, because the only time that matters is the last player that finishes on your team. So speeding off to finish the game doesn't really make sense, and Kip taking the time to do extra checks before going to Turian. Man, it seems like the right play.
For sure. Yeah, I guess PvP still is behind because of Ice Metroids versus Powerbomb Metroids. We'll see these baby skips for BearPear, PB, not gonna get it. Osher, oh, barely misses it at the end. So yeah, he's gonna have a lot of health to refill.
Just BearPear trying to give Lost Vikings a chance to catch up.
Huh. I mean, Lost Vikings could get a lot of the distance caught up if they both get baby skip, but I don't know. I don't really think it's enough to make the difference, just since Ostra's got an easy Zeb skip, and then there's not too much difference with only one of them being able to do stand-up.
Oh, it's weird. Is it strange to think that the deciding factor was Varia Coliseum?
Yeah, Varia Cathedral, I mean...
Yeah, Cathedral.
I mean, you would think that it would be the deciding factor, since it was the last suit found in a slightly out-of-the-way spot. But I mean, with what happened to Rumble, this is definitely this definitely could have been a lot closer on a race, especially if, well, not that it's not close already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, this is definitely a really close race, and yeah.
Well, I think a couple major deciding factors, at least in my eyes, is the ice beam that Asher got that Kip didn't, and then the fact that Rumble had the Crystal Flash and then didn't have enough PBs to get out of Lower Norfair until Kip found more.
Yeah, those were definitely the factors that you could say decided it, because those are the most obvious ones. And then you also have all the things that Kip and Odger did, looking for things for their partners, and they probably would have done less if their partners had been closer to the finish line than they were. Yeah, so Odger just a bit ahead. No, PvP is ahead. What am I saying? PvP is most certainly ahead.
And Rumble not having a Zeb skip. I guess not being comfortable with speed, possibly. But
yeah.
That's...
Plus you can't deny the fact that speed Zeb skip it's difficult, so you might just want to just decide to ammo through the Zebs and not worry about speed Zeb skip, even if you're perfectly comfortable with the trick.
Yeah. It's a very tight skip.
Yeah, start a 3 through a door is not easy at all. But as this race is wrapping up, I would like to take this time to remind you all to follow the runners. Their Twitch links are in the chat. They all 4 definitely deserve a follow. So yeah,
big shout out to Jestro Zooks for tracking this race. Anyone who can track 4 players at once is amazing. He's growing to be legendary status, like some other trackers that we all know.
For sure, yeah. Jestro Zooks, big shouts to him for taking this race up and getting us to tracking, and also shouts to my esteemed co-commentator, Mr. Gooey. So yeah, thanks for taking this race with me.
Yeah, no problem. It was a lot of fun. I was behind for most of the race chat, so I apologize that I wasn't on point with a lot of things, but definitely something that I'll try to figure out for next time.
Heck yeah, and in the meantime, we do have PvP starting Her Escape, Odger finishing up Mother Brain 3, Kip starting Mother Brain 3, and then Rumble in the middle of the cutscene. So PvP and Odger are going to be like 15 seconds apart. So it'll be a very, very close finish.
Couldn't ask for a better race for the start of the winners bracket.
I couldn't agree more. This is a really, really solid race.
And we have Polar Bear Bunny with an official racetime.gg of 58:25. Asher was very close behind with the 58:33.
Yep, and we'll be seeing those finishes momentarily. Kip just behind. Yeah, we do get those finishes very close on BearPear's side, and Kip climbing up the escape parlor. Yep, Kip does finish third place, 58-51. Rumble is going to finish momentarily. Yep, and we are probably going to get these. Yep, we are going to get BearPear in here for an interview.
Wiggle ears.
As Rumble is going to finish facing forward on the ship with a race time of 59:41. And welcome in BearPear and Kip. And Rumble in a second. Hey, we got everybody.
Hey, GG. GG.
Good games, everybody.
Yeah, GG, guys.
GG's, everybody. Really close race. I'm really happy with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun one to watch.
I thought we were sunk when I found the Varia because I basically full cleared Meridia first, and I figured there was like the possibility of player one going to Meridia was like completely dependent on finding gravity suit in wreck ship. So if Kip just didn't go to wreck ship, then he would have kind of had a lot less choice in the matter of checking out Cathedral or like any of Norfair. So I didn't want P2 Varia to be in Norfair, basically. I thought it was going to lose us the race it was.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. The reason, technically, if we want to, I don't necessarily think you can always like blame one player of the two, but I feel like this one is definitely on me because we were even talking in our practice this morning and then even during the race today about how Speed Booster completely changes the upper Norfair section, especially when you don't have Varia. And then I had Varia at that point, and I still forgot to go to Cathedral because I was just thinking about it in terms of going the Frog Speedway. So if I had remembered, in a lot of our practice seeds, I would normally path up there. This is the first time that I've forgotten. But if we would have found that one, I think, we would have finished significantly faster. Instead, we ended up doing a whole bunch of stuff where Rumble kind of had to path inefficiently and then had to do a suitless lower Norfair, which we did manage that okay. I'm happy with that. Like, I'm kind of happy with our execution of the situations we're in, but unfortunately for us, I screwed up and didn't get the most important item.
Yeah, it sucks to have a miss like that. Like, it's kind of more okay when you like made a conscious decision to skip Cathedral, but
Right.
Sounds like that's not what happened.
No, definitely not.
So I've forgotten Cathedral many times in like in full rando and also SMZ3 because of that speed situation. And it's like weird because speed kind of makes upper Norfair a lot more attractive too.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, GG, man, that was fun. I mean, considering how tight it was, sounds like it was a really good race because even though y'all found that item, you pathed a little different than us too. So I feel like in the end, it kind of, synced back up a little bit at the end.
Yeah, and she was just like, I basically, like, I didn't check Croc, but Varia was essentially the last thing that I found in upper Norfair checks, and it was while she was deep down there.
That was deep.
I was like at first I was trying to look, I figured maybe gravity suit might have been our advantage if we went up and you didn't, my own gravity suit. So I pushed Meridia first. And when she had nothing else to do really but go to lower Norfair, I was like, okay, I gotta kind of forfeit my stake on like plasma because that's just like, it takes too long, and I gotta focus on density to get items that are gonna help her do lower Norfair.
Right. Oh, wait a minute. I'm already forgetting. Was player one's Varia at Grapple?
Player one Varia was at high jump.
Oh, I'm thinking of some practice seed, but we had Varia, like player one had Varia the entire time in upper Norfair, right?
Yeah.
Dang it, I was about to say, man, I've got a little bit of an out, but no, I don't, because I had it the whole time.
So, Rumble, I'm looking at the trackers on screen. I don't know if... Did you guys both skip your Mission Impossibles?
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, Yeah, you're never gonna see us do that.
I mean,
it's
we missed a lot of retro Brinstar stuff because we didn't have. Wait, is this the one? No,
Yeah.
that was
No, you're thinking of the
Never
other
mind.
one.
Well, players who, at least I didn't have more than one Power 1 pack pretty much until I got to Meridia. But I did do Mission Impossible purposely because I knew you guys wouldn't. Because I saw you guys do that last game. It's like, and it was charged. So.
Oh, there you go. Rewarded.
But I like to skip that too. But no, I couldn't do it today.
I think skipping Billy May. You're talking about Billy Mays, right?
Mission Impossible.
Oh, Mission Impossible.
Because Rumble doesn't have charge on his tracker.
I checked my Mission Impossible, but Rumble, we had him skip his. And kind of luckily, I guess in this particular case, that specific item didn't end up really costing us. But if it had been, like a suit or something, it would have been really huge. But yeah, I'm just a little irritated that the primary item that we missed was just me like completely forgetting to go to one place. But that's kind of full rando for you. The possibility of something like that happening is obviously way increased, but just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, it could have like easily been in a place that you chose not to check as well.
Right.
It still sucks though. Like, I don't know. It was like we were not convinced we were going to win because of the variant placement, and like we were wondering like what you would have had to do to. I guess that explains it.
About 30 seconds to a minute before you guys got done, I told Rumble, I said, look, if they beat us, like if they got done before we get to the ship, because we were both, I think, like either Mother Brain 3 or after, I was like, then they definitely found your Varia, and it must have been someplace that we just accidentally forgot to check. Like I was thinking maybe somebody did the top of wreck ship, right? Or, and found it there and then immediately went straight to Norfair. But it turns out that I was correct, just in the completely wrong spot that I would have guessed.
I was concerned it was in my own, like, Retro Brin or wreck ship area criteria.
Right.
Because, without Varia, I'm not finishing that quickly.
Well, the bad news, I was telling Rumble before this race, I was like, well, first of all, I find it kind of funny because if you look at the last, I think 3 randomizer tournaments I've been in, you don't really control like how the, well, let me put it to you this way. If they had kept the original model, I think, for how the bracket was going to go, then I don't think we would have played y'all in the first round, but then they like did some kind of change and it put us against y'all. And I think that's like 3 times in a row in a randomizer tournament that even though I don't have any control over the seeding, I ended up having to play like an incredibly difficult team or player like either right at the beginning or in the second round. So, I was happy that we got to play y'all. I guess the consolation is we're not out, but now for us to make it, like if we were to somehow get on a roll and make it to the finals, we'd have to win like 8 races or something, whereas you guys only have to win a few. So, but you never know. Maybe we'll be able to see each other again at some point in the tournament.
Yeah. I didn't pay much attention to what the original model of the bracket was, but I think the bracket here was actually done really well, and seeding is just going to work out like that sometimes. But like the main things I like about it are that they made sure it matches up a 2-0 against a 2-1.
Right.
And that, because like we lost our tiebreaker, and you guys went 2-0. Or no, we won our tiebreaker. We lost our winners match. Sorry, let me try and get to the point here. But
Prod.
my brain just like stopped working. But it like the way it matches like Group A winner against Group B runner up, etc. is like laid out so that you don't get like rematches directly from your group, because people are likely to play people in their group multiple times, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it keeps the rematches off for a while, which I was like a little concerned about happening. But it's laid out really well, and it just like so happens that we got matched up because of how we did, and there were other teams that kind of got upset that it seems like certain parts of the bracket are harder than they should be, but it's just because of prior results.
Yeah, but I mean that kind of stuff, it just kind of is what it is. It's kind of like when we talked at the beginning of the SGL tournament this past year. It's like, it almost doesn't even matter what the seedings are, because eventually you're gonna have to play a bunch of good teams or people anyway. So, but yeah, I'm happy with how we played. I'm a little, this one's on me. Rumble played really well. Obviously, I made a mistake that cost us the match, but hopefully that'll be a learning experience that I'll take forward. But yeah, this was really fun. I'm glad we got to play you guys. Even if we get knocked out before we see you again, you always have a few teams that you circle that you want to play, and y'all were one of them. So I'm glad we got to.
I'm glad too. It was always really fun. Always really scary racing, you guys. And good to see Rumble racing again.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was fun. Also, I did get bailed out a little bit. The suitless Lord Norfair had vanilla E-Tank at Firefleet, which was super nice.
Oh, really?
And then actually miscounted the PBs that I needed to get out, but Kip was I was only waiting for about 20 seconds for Kip to find me more PBs to get out of the red key undershaft.
Yeah, we got a little lucky on that one.
But yeah, otherwise the suitless Lord Norfair, the Varioless Lord Norfair went really well, so I was happy with that. And yeah, I guess at that point I was hoping Varia was like, I don't know, something stupid that nobody would get. So
yeah, for sure.
But unfortunately, it's just something Kip missed. So.
Oh, one quick question. I'm not looking at the trackers or anything. Did Rumble get Ice Beam?
No.
Okay.
Did y'all get your Ice Beams?
I got mine. Mine was at my own Climb Supers.
Okay.
Which
yeah.
I managed to route in very early because I did meme route, and then Bunny found my speed during that. So it's like,
oh, neat.
I missed Waterway, but I got to trade it for Climb Supers instead.
Neat.
So,
well, I got a missile pack at Speedway or at Waterway.
Congrats.
Well, GG's to both teams. This is a very exciting race to both commentate and watch. So yeah, unless y'all have anything else to say, then yeah, I think this is a good spot to end it off here.
No, thank you for coming in, Mega Man 2, and also Gooey. A big shout out to you. Gooey's one of my buddies. Hangs out in the stratosphere, and I don't know how many commentaries he's done. It's either one of his first or whatever, but he was willing to step in if nobody else was. So thank you, Gooey, and thank you, Mega Man 2, and obviously a big shout out to Jestro as always for doing the tracking. So now we'll be, I think we're getting bounced to the losers bracket, but I think our opponent is already set. Is that right?
Yeah, y'all are going to be playing the Taco Tank Dodgers, which is DMC Sparta and Zero Mendez. And then, then BearPear will be playing the winner of the other match that's going on right now, TBD versus the Wild Stallions.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to the next race, and thank you guys for watching.
So basically our opponent is TBD.
Yeah, I guess so.
Up.
Oh, grown. All right.
Grown. All right.
Mike.
I guess I will have to cut all y'all's mics because this is going to be the end of the episode, but thank you all for watching this episode of the Super Metroid Multiworld Tournament, and we will see y'all next mission.